Thank you very much. My name is Greg Holloway, G-R-E-G-H-O-L-L-O-W-A-Y, and there's some faces on this committee that I don't know, and I'm sorry to say that because I should have been probably more active in this committee for the last year or so, but you haven't been really have to do anything I had to holler about, one way or the other. And everybody knows that I do holler. There's been a lot of credentials of very, very good people speaking before me. Let me tell you who I am. I got out of the military in 1969, combat veteran, 7th Cavalry. I'm very proud of that. My mother was with an organization called the U.S. Army Mothers Organization, and she said, Gregory, you're going to come to see Senator Tiemann. We're going to talk about veterans benefits. So I went with my mother to see Senator Tiemann to talk about educational benefits for veterans, and I've been doing it ever since. And I don't think that, well, I'm past state commander for the Disabled American Veterans, past state council president for the Vietnam Veterans of America. I'm currently serving as the vice president of the Veterans Home Board. And on that board, it's an important board. And we do our best to see that the veterans homes are run efficiently and take the best care and respect for all the veterans in the state of Nebraska, not just one veterans home in one county. Because one county, whenever you make a application for a veterans home, there's a lot of them put down all 4 counties. So they can get on, kind of work their way around the waiting list a little bit easier, because if there's an opening in one of them, they'll just go. You know, and their families might be in Omaha, but they might go out to Scotts Bluff because there's an opening there and they want to be in the veterans home. Let me talk a little bit about moving veterans homes. We had a very successful move from Elkhorn, Nebraska, Thomas Fitzgerald Veterans Home, to the Eastern Nebraska Veterans Home. A very successful move. The transition was very good for the veterans there. I don't think we've seen any problems at all. Maybe some medical issues. They're older veterans. I'm 67 myself. I'm looking for a spot in one of them myself somewhere. If this bill was considered and passed, we have a veterans home in Scotts Bluff, Nebraska. They decide to move across the street to Gering. It's going to have to go through this process. Gering and Scotts Bluff is about like the city I live in. I'm from B, Nebraska. B, Garland, and Staplehurst were the Tri-Cities. So we want to move something from B over to Garland, we'd have to go through a pretty big process, okay? We oppose this bill. The Nebraska Veterans Home Board asked me to come and testify in opposition for this bill because it's not a good thing for the veterans of the state of Nebraska. And that's what we're concerned with. The veterans of the state, the Gold Star parents are eligible for the veterans home. Spouses are eligible for the veterans homes. That's from all over the state, not just one county. And mainly I've heard on this whole thing is economic impact for one county, not the economic impact for the whole state of Nebraska. I'll answer any question you have. I bet I can answer it.
Thank you, Mr. Holloway. Senator Bloomfield.
Again, I'm probably going to step out of line here. It's not going to be a question, it's a statement. I see a lot of veterans hats out there. And sometimes when I see that, I think they're thinking they're coming in here talking to a bunch of senators that don't have any idea what the veterans want. There are a number of veterans on this committee, including the chair, and I just want the people in the audience to know that.
Thank you very much. We got to kind of look at sometimes the voice of veterans. If I could answer your voice, we're talking about the voice of veterans maybe, and those. There are the Grand Island Veterans Home, the Vets Club has a lot of people in it. When they say they represent the VFW, the American Legion, the DAV, they represent the members in that club.
Right.
I'm the legislative chairman for the Disabled American Veterans Department of Nebraska, and the legislative chairman for the Vietnam Veterans of America. And I represent their voice. They're the ones that ask me and trust me and have the confidence in me to relay their desires to the committees. I've testified on 2 homestead exemption bills last week. I'm here to work for veterans and make sure they're doing it. I've been doing it for a long time, and I will continue to do it as long as someone lets me. I don't get shot too many times.
Thank you for doing
Thank you,
that.
sir.
Questions from the committee? And don't see any. Thank you, Mr. Holloway.
And I would invite Senator Glore, if he wants to have a sit down, I'm ready.